Good to go. Call it when ready.
Oh my god, grapple only is going to be a nightmare. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Butterbar here. So I came up with this challenge and I'm pretty proud of it. I actually had a lot of fun with this challenge, and I want to kind of offer this challenge out to you guys, and I call it the Lawbringer challenge, which pretty much, I just came up with this idea of thinking of the Wild West and thinking of the frontier in the universe of Titanfall 2, and how the frontier is pretty much just like our Wild West. And I was kind of thinking of, the sheriffs and the U.S. Marshals in our Wild West, brought law and order to the front, our frontier. And I was thinking, who brings law and order to the frontier in Titanfall? And I was like, what? I'm going to create this Lawbringer challenge. And, he's going to be the sheriff, the U.S. Marshal of the frontier. And I had a lot of fun with it. And this is kind of how the challenge goes. So you're going to be using the grappling hook. And the grappling hook is used in two ways. So you can either hunt down and look for these, criminals, pilots, around the battlefield, or you can use it to actually hook them in and melee them. So it works two ways. You can either go up to high locations and hunt them down, or you can actually use it to bring them in. For your grenade, you're going to be using the Gravity Star. The Gravity Star works great for bringing all these pilots into one area and being able to finish them off with your trusted primary weapon, which is a shotgun. A lot of sheriffs back in the day of the Wild West carried shotguns, so the Mastiff is going to be your baby. Mastiff is going to be the one thing that you're probably primarily going to be using during this challenge. But brings me to the sidearm. So one thing that you're going to be using with this challenge as well is going to be the boost. For your boost is going to be amped weapons, and here's why. When you have your wingman set as your sidearm, anytime that you use your amped weapons, you're going to be switching over to your wingman to use as your primary weapon, because as an amped wingman, it's going to be a one-shot kill with anything that's close to you. So it's kind of a fun thing. You're using this shotgun, trying to build up to your amped weapons, and then you have your wingman to try to finish the job once you actually have amped weapons. I had a lot of fun with it, just kind of thinking about this bringer of laws to the frontier. I just had a lot of fun with it. So let's get into some gameplay and let you guys know what I did right, what I did wrong, what I hope for you guys to do better next time with this challenge. And you guys can learn from my mistakes. So let's get at it. So I think the best thing that I can probably tell you guys is just to be patient. Patience, helps you out so much in this challenge, but also to just have fun with it. To me, I had a lot of fun just trying to hunt people down and trying to get as many kills as possible. But you have to know when to be patient with the Mastiff, because sometimes it's not a guaranteed kill up front and personal, because I got meleeed by that dude and I definitely was not expecting him. But I think if I would have been a little bit patient, taken the guy out that I first hit, and then waited for a little bit longer to take him out, I would have been able to got him. But I was able to finally catch up to him and knock him out. And I just have to say, this was a lot of fun. I hope you guys have fun with this thing. Just kind of the overall thinking of like the history of the frontier and the Wild West, and you are this person that's bringing law and order to the frontier. And I think you'll have a lot of fun if you play on like Colony or Angel City or something like that, something that has some structure and looks like an old western town. I mean, not Angel City, but Colony looks like an old western town, so I think that would fit the challenge a little bit better. But Exoplanet's not bad. But I love the grappling hook. This guy was hooking to get away from me, and I was able to hook him before he'd get away. So I was kind of chasing him down, and I thought that was just kind of a cool way to finish that guy off. But so I got amped weapons. I'm switching over to my wingman to use it and try to get as many kills as possible. So you're pretty much just going to be using amped weapons and the wingman up until the point that you die. And then when you die, you'll switch back over to the Mastiff and use the Mastiff up until the point you get your amped weapons back. I found playing pilot versus pilot, this definitely helped out a lot, because you're going to find nothing but pilots. You're not going to be fighting grunts. You're not going to be fighting reapers or titans or anything like that. So you can do it on attrition, and you can do it on bounty hunt. You can do it on all these other things, but I would definitely suggest do it on pilots to be pilots, and have a little bit more fun with it. That way, you're not having to fight anything that's out of the ordinary when it comes to Titanfall and your ability to actually take somebody down with either the wingman or the mastiff. I would definitely say the next thing that helped me out quite a bit with this challenge is having a good team. You know, no sheriff, you know, fights alone in the frontier, so you have to have some good deputies around you, and it definitely helped me out a lot too, because I wasn't fighting this fight alone, and I wasn't by myself. I had some really good call outs and really good backups at times. I mean, hell, Nos freaking like ninja kicked somebody early in the match. And then I had Broski. He helped me out by throwing a grenade at somebody later on in the match. And it was just kind of stuff like that that helped me out quite a bit, being able to complete this challenge. So if you do this, please hook up with a group of people that you can, you know, call your deputies as you do this challenge, because it's definitely going to help you out a lot with, you know, people that you can count on to help watch your back and, you know, help you win the game. But another thing that actually helped me out in identifying, you know, where the enemy's coming from and knowing exactly where to go to find people, because with this build-up, it's hard to close in on people. I mean, hell, a lot of people nowadays, you know, they camp on the edge of the map, or they, you know, sit up high. So the grappling hook helps you out a lot with trying to sneak around and try to grapple up to where people are most likely going to be stationed at, you know, far side of the map, up high. But identifying, you know, where the enemies are coming from, where the enemies are spawning at, will help you out a lot, because it helps you, you know, get to positions faster. It helps you know exactly, you know, where to go for these close encounters, because the shotgun and the wingman are not going to be helpful whatsoever when it comes to trying to get people from far away. You have to get up close and personal with these guns, and that's kind of what makes it, you know, kind of an old Western style. You can't, you know, reach out and touch people from far away. So definitely having the knowledge of where people are spawning at, what, you know, the avenues of approach are for people to, you know, come up and try to hit you from, will help you out tremendously on being able to, you know, fix the mistakes that I made, and get some better gameplay. But also too, like this right here, do not be the stationary person out of cover, or, you know, just trying to wait for somebody to come by, because you are going to be that person, kind of like myself, where I'm just sitting there waiting for this dude to come by, and it never happened, and then I got picked off from far away. So this guy was crazy. I can't believe this guy. This guy was kind of funny. He actually picked up my amped mastiff, and I was like, what? You can't pick up like a sheriff's weapon? That's unacceptable. So I was like, I have got to take vengeance on this thing. So I was actually able to hunt him down and actually finally get my weapon back. So I kill him and pick my weapon up and use that weapon up until the point where pretty much the match ends. So it was just a lot of fun. It's very like there's times in this game where you know kind of how the game's gonna go. If you use different abilities and you use other weapons, you know basically how it's going to go, because you've either, you know, done matches several times with that weapon or with that ability, and you know kind of how the match is going to go down. With this, I had no idea how the match was going to go down. I'm using two weapons that are used for close counters. I'm not having cloaked, I'm not using hollow, I'm using grapple, and it worked out well. I just had a lot of fun with it, and I really do hope that you guys have a lot of fun with it too. But I don't know where to go from here when it comes to challenges. I know I was kind of joking around with a grapple-only challenge in the beginning, and I don't know if that's what it's going to come to when it comes to other challenges, because there's so many challenges out there, and there's so many that I've already done. I feel like that's probably the next one that's going to be issued out, and I don't know if I'm ready for it. It's definitely going to be probably the hardest challenge I've ever done. And it's going to take a lot of practice to do, but I think I might be up to it. I just don't know when I'm going to be able to do it. Well, the match is starting to come to an end, so I just have to say I hope a lot of people try this challenge out. I hope you guys have fun with it. It's definitely challenging. It will challenge you mentally and probably physically. You'll probably want to like throw the controller around, but just have fun with it. Just kind of think of, you know, you as the sheriff of the frontier, and, you know, you're bringing everybody to justice. That's kind of how I just kind of role played with it, and I just had a lot of fun with it. But you guys, if you guys like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you like the challenge, you know, let me know. And let me know down in the comments below what you guys want to see as your next challenge. But subscribe to the channel so you guys never miss another video. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I will see you next time.